Welcome back. Today we'll be looking at Unit 0, Lesson 3, which is also a part of our algebra review. Today we'll be looking at variables on both sides of an equation. So we have a couple of questions here, a couple of problems. So let's look at this first one. 4x plus 7 equals 3x minus 8. So what do we need to do? We know from the previous two videos that typically we'll have our variable over on the left and when we finish the problem, and then we'll just have our number on the right hand side of the equal sign. So we have the 4x plus 7 equals 3x minus 8. So what I'm going to decide to do is I'm going to choose to move the 3x first. So to move the 3x, since it's a positive here, I'm going to have to do the additive inverse. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides of the equation. So when I subtract 3x from both sides of the equation, as you see here, and then once we simplify, that's going to be 4x minus 3x is just 1x, but I don't have to write the 1 down, plus 7. And then the 3x's here on the right, 3x and minus 3x, they cancel. So we just have x plus 7 equals negative 8. Now, in order to finish the problem, we need the x by itself. So we're going to have to move this positive 7. To move the positive 7, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract 7 from both sides of the equation because it's adding, okay? So once we do that, we have x plus 7 minus 7 equals negative 8 minus 7, subtracting 7 from both sides. When we simplify, x equals negative 15. Like we've done with the previous problems, let's go ahead and check it to see if it works, if our solution is accurate. So when we check our work, we have 4 times negative 15 plus 7. 4 times negative 15 is negative 60. Negative 60 plus 7 is negative 53. That's what we get from the left-hand side. Now let's look at the right-hand side. 3 times negative 15 is negative 45. Negative 45 minus 8 will also give us negative 53. It does work. Okay? Now let's look at our next problem. 3 quantity x plus 2 equals 6x plus 18. 3 quantity x plus 2 equals 6x plus 18. The first thing we're going to do is we need to eliminate those parentheses, and we're going to do that by the distributive property. So we have 3x plus 6 equals 6x plus 18. Now, we distribute it just on the left-hand side because that's where our parentheses were. So what we're going to do next is we're going to follow the similar process of what we did in the previous problem. We're going to go ahead and move this 6x, even though it is larger than the 3x, and we do have the option where we could move it over to the right. Just for consistency's sake, we're going to subtract 6x from both sides of the equation, so we'll have a consistent pattern. So when we do that and then simplify, we'll end up with 3 minus 6x is negative 3x plus 6, and that's going to be equal to positive 18. So once we have that, now we're going to move the 6 over. To move the 6, we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. So we'll have negative 3x, 18 minus 6 is 12. So negative 3x equals 12. And our final step is we're going to divide by negative 3. So x works out to be negative 4. Now, as we've done with the previous problems, let's check it and make sure that it's correct. So we have 3 parentheses, the negative 4 plus 2 equals, let's look at this parentheses first. Negative 4 plus 2, and I apologize for that bar continuing to come up. Negative 4 plus 2 is going to give us negative 2. So we'll have 3 parentheses, negative 2, as you see at the bottom of the screen. So 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So on the left hand side, it's going to be equal to negative 6. Well, let's check the right hand side. 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. Negative 24 plus 18 is also negative 6. So since the left hand side and the right hand side are equal, it does work and our solution is valid. Okay, so we have what we need like we've done with the previous problems. What we want you to do now is to stop the video, go ahead and get started on your practice problems, get some feedback from that from the instructor, and then move on to your mastery check, and then you'll be able to move on to the next lesson. Talk to you in the next video. Thanks.